Welcome to episode 8 of this podcast. This is a Chismeando edition, which in Spanish translates to gossiping. And the song you just heard is an unreleased gem called Hija de la Luna that will be yours soon via Death is a Business. So this episode is about gossiping, but gossiping in the best way. Coach Steph Z and I talk about very beautiful, intimate details about birthing human and non-human babies, rites of passage like youth, adulthood, becoming elders, and what it looked like in ancient and modern times. As well as, last but not least, definitely, living in community. And what does that mean? What does it mean to strategize and allow ourselves to rest? We hope you enjoy this episode because it comes at a time of winter solstice when we are trying to practice the act of reflection and hibernation. Like bears, we are coming out from negative 20-degree weather to give this juicy goodness to you. So I hope y'all love it, and I'm sending you so much love. Mwah. This is Sonia Erika.
Nomad Kitties, Nomad Kitties.
Some sugar and flour.
Yeah, sugar and flour.
Sugar and flour. Shout out to you guys. I'm really enjoying the ginger cookie I had and this lemon cookie. They're really good.
The morning bun.
Morning bun.
This is high quality baked goods.
Yeah.
Which is not always a reality.
It's high quality and it feels like home baked. You know what I mean? Like your mom made it with all the fresh ingredients. Shout out to them.
Shout out to them, bro.
Okay. I just got here to Wisconsin. It's cold, but it's not, what I thought. I was thinking Antarctica. I was thinking, oh my God, my bones are going to be cold.
Stephanie overpacked again.
I overpacked to the point that my luggage broke. It was just too tight, too much things compressed and then it cracked. But it's okay. It's like, it works. It still holds my stuff.
It still works.
It's surprising. I just wanted to make sure I could layer as much as possible for the event of it being so cold. But
Which is good too.
I don't get cold easily in New York anyway. So I was just like, oh, we do pretty good in the cold. I was just ODing. I was just being dramatic. So I'm happy. Now that I'm here, it's pretty chill, very beautiful. It's
Even
snowing.
though I'm having us live in the house with minimal heat.
What temperature are we at?
Well, okay.
Because I was not cold in the morning. When I took Nilo out, it felt very warm. And then coming back in from the outdoors. And then sitting there working, I started to get cold.
When you sit, your body gets cold.
Yeah, I didn't feel too cold. It was just like, oh, it's chilly. So is that 50 degrees?
No, it's actually 60.
Okay. There I go again.
That cold.
There I go again.
I was afraid to go below 60 because people have scared me, telling me that the pipes are gonna freeze and break. So I don't want to go too low.
Oh, that's a thing that happens.
Yeah.
That does happen, yeah.
Yeah, taking care of this house, man. It's really been, woo.
Yeah.
Like, wow, it takes effort to take care of a house.
Yeah.
It's so funny because some people are like, I'd rather just rent, not have to take care of anything, have the landlord be the one that's taking care of everything. I feel that. I feel that too sometimes.
I feel that. I think we're living in a world with different power dynamics. I feel like ideally we would all be kind of caretaking our building to the best of our capacity. Like, I think
that's what's happening in this home right now.
I'm thinking about governance, right? Because I feel like governance and cooperatives are the biggest challenges. That's what makes or breaks them. Is you need to have a good culture, and cooperatives are not about everyone doing everything. They're not about everyone voting on everything. It's not that simple. It's more of we are all a family. We have different...
We're an organism.
We're an organism. I love that better than family. We're an organism.
But family is important too.
Yeah, totally. We're an organism, but we all have different strengths. We have white blood cells. We have red blood cells. We have different parts doing different jobs.
Mitochondria.
Exactly. And so I think it's important for everyone to have a self-awareness. And I don't think we live in a society where everyone is necessarily able to really understand what their strengths are in a very direct way. And I think a lot of us are not really confident in our strengths sometimes. I think when I think about my mom, I don't think she can, the way I describe her, she's a manager. She is a detailed-oriented person. She's a systems person.
Does she see herself in?
She does not see herself in, and she can't use those words. So my point is, when I describe her, it's different than when she describes herself. And I think that a lot of us struggle with that. It takes time and intention and the right community and a lot of factors and things that help us understand ourselves. To shine and appreciate. And friends that are able to tell you that and mirror that to you. So going back to cooperatives and governance, it's about finding what everyone's strengths are and being real about that.
But also taking turns and also trying new things, because you may not know what your strengths are until you try different things.
Absolutely.
And this is the first time I've ever had to take care of this house. Growing up, I didn't have to take care of this house. I just had to go to school. Mm-hmm. And then I left for 11 years. I had no idea that you have to take the snow off of a flat roof. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, that shit will leak.
Exactly. Or that pipes burst. Or that, all these different little things. I feel like I've been learning. I didn't grow up in a house. I grew up in a building. And I think all of us would like to live in something that we own, but don't have to run all of it, because it is a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
You need a tribe, and you are working within your tribe. Your dad has been holding it down. Your mom has been holding it down. Yeah,
now it's my turn. Now I'm just wow, you guys held it down for a long time. I'm so sorry that this is the first time that I'm shoveling snow, that I'm, caretaking for this home. Damn, y'all were carrying something heavy. And now I'm happy that, it's my turn. I've been listening a lot to different podcasts, and one of the podcasts that I was listening to was with our favorite Alex Wolf. Mm-hmm. And Alex Wolf and Tracy G, and they talk about growing stages and the concept of growing up and not always being so captivated and stuck on being youth, but taking and accepting the growth stages, becoming an elder, becoming an auntie, and I don't even, how do I say it? Not accepting, but when something is,
I think there's an element of understanding that. Yes. I think
a gift.
Yes.
Accepting this gift.
Yes.
Called aging.
It's beautiful. It's wisdom, right?
Yeah.
It's experience. We have to guide the youth. The youth are inexperienced. I think we live in America, we want to be young forever. And everyone is always grieving their youth being away. So many people, so many friends, even me. When I turned 30, I was oh no, I'm in my 30s. I enjoy it now. I'm really loving that I know different things about myself, about the world, how I interact with it, even applying jobs. We were talking about applying to jobs. I'm not trying to bullshit. I'm not trying to take whatever. I'm trying to be intentional, and it's just better for me overall.
And we should repeat what we said, because it's so funny that, we're comparing and contrasting your job application process with another close kitty community member who is not in their 30s yet. They're about to be in their 30s. They're 2 years away. Yeah. And they're in the process of applying to jobs. And their process is apply to as many as you can. Yeah. Bullshit that cover letter. Yeah. I can do this. I can do that. I can fit into this square even though I'm a circle. Mm-hmm. And it's so crazy to compare it to your process. Yeah. Because what was your process? How many jobs did you apply to?
I applied to 3 jobs.
Only 3 jobs?
Only 3 jobs in a span of a few months. And I honestly struggled because I was oh my God, I'm not doing enough. I need to put more out there. But at the same time, my instinct was telling me nothing resonates besides this one and that one and this one. those three resonated with me and lit a fire in me.
And you were very intentional about applying to these.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also, I want to give a big shout out to Black Remote She.
Oh my God, yes.
Because that's how you found them, right? That's how we found most of these jobs.
That's how I found most of the jobs. I also was looking at the United Federation's website, and that's where I remember them.
And that's like another key of all of this, right? Like knowing what spaces to look.
Yeah.
Because that's really what it's about. It's like knowing what networks hold the jobs that we're actually here for.
Yeah.
Because
I was an idealist. Idealist was
idealist.
It was a lot. And I
monster jobs.
I saved a ton of jobs. They're probably still saved in my profile. And it was not, it's so much. I wanted to go into the cooperative world. It's not a huge world, so that really helped. And I don't think it'll be necessarily the same for other people that are maybe in a different industry that has a bigger market, a bigger place to
or
look.
Also maybe we should be encouraging people to go into cooperatives. A different world is possible. It's here.
I would.
Like I love your job. Your job is so great. It pays you well. You are in control of your time. Nobody's micromanaging you.
No.
And they trust you. They trust your ideas. They trust that you have what you have.
Yeah.
Like it's such a beautiful
healing space.
Yeah.
I am like we were talking earlier on the walk over here. I'm shaking the bobbing and weaving that I used to do.
And I love the physical representation that you did when you described that.
The bobbing and weaving, yeah, like a boxer does when they're trying to not get hit. Because it feels like
just
that.
Walking
crouched down.
We're hunchback.
Yeah, it's true. But that's literally how
that's how we work. That's how we are in most workspaces because we're trying to do our lives, but these jobs are trying to micromanage us.
Exactly. And they want to hear you have to put the face on, you have to put the mask on. One of my criteria was I don't want to have to lie anymore. And that's what our other kitty community friend hasn't learned yet. No.
They're just like, I just want a different job. I don't care what it is. I'm going to apply to 20 jobs. Yeah. My goal for today is 7 jobs.
Mm-hmm. And he's very great at that. but it's not
the best strategy.
I don't think it's good strategy.
Yeah.
I don't think it's good strategy. I think, I wanted to not lie anymore. I wanted to feel somewhere that I could feel comfortable with being honest about my ideas, honest about my scheduling, because I will get the work done. And that's what they care about. And I think that's what matters. I was tired of being in a place where you needed to clock in and out it was just so many rules and so much control and just very top down. I come from the social work world. And the social work world is bureaucratic.
And that's crazy because it should be the opposite.
It should be the opposite, but it's set up that way very intentionally. You're not supposed to really get work done. We do a lot of work. We do a lot of work, but it's not really addressing issues. It's not really, I don't think, from the scope of what we need. We're beholden to people that are wealthy that I think to ultimately address these issues, we need to kind of take a little bit of your wealth more than what you're giving us. We need to kind of revamp the system. Mm-hmm. So it's directly in contradiction to their needs and wants. So there's a lot there.
To their wants.
To their
wants.
Their needs. Not their needs, right? What they think they need, though. Yeah. It's wants. Exactly. Exactly.
So I appreciate, I am appreciating getting older. And as somebody that is now transitioning into their 30s, this is so crazy because it's only this year do I feel you know what? I don't want to just be young forever. Well, first of all, that's not possible. But second of all, I want to embrace this gift of wisdom. And I want to embrace in some cultures, they call it becoming an auntie. As soon as you become 30, you become an auntie. Mm-hmm. And I love, there's a really great Black women comedy skit show.
Oh, yes.
On HBO.
I have seen it.
Oh my God, they have a really great skit. Someone's about to turn 30. All the girls are out. They're partying. They're at the club. They're about to celebrate her. And she looks so fly. And as soon as she blows out her candles, she becomes an auntie. And the crazy part about it is that a fairy comes out. And she's like, oh, I'm here to welcome you into becoming an auntie. And then the woman is like scared as fuck. She's like, no, I'm not ready. No.
I relate. Resonating.
Yeah. And it's so funny. They have all these stereotypes. Like, she gets tired more easily. She's like carrying around more things for warmth and comfort. She's not all about like just being
cute.
Yeah.
And sexy.
Yeah.
In my 20s, whoa. Stephanie. I was showing it off, you know? And I kind of still do sometimes, but much less so than before. It's different. It's with a different...
It's with intention.
Different taste. Yeah. It's with a different intention.
It's like job applications.
Absolutely. Yeah.
There's another funny part where the friends that are around this friend that just turned 30, they're waiting on her to turn 30 so that they can eat the fairy, because they become immortal when they eat fairies, or they get more youth. And so she finds out and she's like, what?
Oh my God.
Yeah. She's like, what? And so they're like, yeah, you didn't know this here. Well, this other girl is turning 30 next week. You want to come?
Oh my God, they become cannibals and they eat away their responsibilities instead of nurturing their guide. They murder their guide.
Yes, they totally murder their guide. Yes.
I did not watch that show with enough intention. Yeah, this is not a background show, guys. Okay, I'm going to sit and watch. Wow.
And so, yeah, like, you know, yeah, it's just, I loved it because it was very much like putting it in your face, like, when are you going to embrace becoming an
auntie? Yeah, and all the other becomings, auntie, but elder, like, yeah, that's real. I think I might have heard the podcast with Alex Wolf and Tracy J. I'm remembering their content, or at least a part of it, talking about we've lost rites of passage.
Oh, yeah. That was definitely a part of it.
We've lost rituals. I have. I've listened to a lot of things. It just is all jumbled in my brain. But
we've lost rituals, yes.
We've lost rituals. We don't have that rite of passage. And when you look at Indigenous communities, there are rites of passage for different stages of life, for different positions of leadership. All these things have a ceremony, have an intention, have a celebration.
And you're right, we don't have that.
We have birthdays, but...
No, that is not the same.
Exactly,
at all.
I know.
Like, nobody's excited to become an auntie or to become an elder.
No, I think we have one birthday. I do like how Prince talks about it. Prince says, we have one birthday. I have one birthday. This was his key to being young forever. So I will say that I don't love his whole point, because he did look very young for a very long time, you know?
I mean, I think that's part of the reason why he even committed suicide. Because he just didn't want to become an elder. Because he was the epitome of youth. And when people think of Prince, they think of his youth, his immortalness. But what did Prince say?
I appreciate it.
We gotta be careful. We gotta preface it with
we gotta preface it with that. I think context matters. I think he was making the point that he's young forever because he doesn't age because he had one birthday.
No, we can't do that.
But I think what I appreciated about it, because I think if we're gonna segue into acknowledging rituals and rites of passage, I think we should maybe count birthdays. Maybe that's a good measure. You know, you should know when you're 30 and 40 and 50. But not look at it so much as getting older, I guess. I just loved his point that you have one birthday. You were born on one day. And then from there, you continue your life cycle and have different moments. You are a child, then you are an adolescent, then you're an adult, you know, then you are an auntie, and then you are an elder. And maybe there's other stuff in between. I think there are other stuff in between. I think who you are to your community, you know, the role you play within that
should
fabric.
all be integrated together.
Absolutely.
From the baby to the young adult to the adult to the elder it should be integrated to the community. We should have rites and rituals that make us excited to get into those new life stages. Because I think that's what the problem is. We don't have excitement we only have excitement for the youth. Like,
Diddy is still throwing Ciroc parties. Like,
bro.
My brother is 50 something. But he look good, you know? Yeah, I think we still we still try to be in the club. We still trying to turn up. I honestly don't love the club. I haven't loved the club in a while. I didn't really love the club that much in my 20s. It was a lot of chaos and a lot of grossness. I was like, what? I would get drunk and really fucked up to be a part of the crowd. But I didn't love it. I didn't love how we were all fucked up and sloppy and loud and gross. I love being loud though. But like, just messy.
I will say that I like going to the club every once in a while. Every 3 years, I like to go into the club setting and be like, wow, this is
I like partying. I think I like raves more now than
that's funny
quintessential club that
maybe you're not in the right clubs.
Maybe.
But that's funny that you're into raves more now, which is something that is definitely very associated with like youth culture.
I know. But they're not, and everyone is not young. It's not like it's raves, but it's like Nicola Cruz, that DJ who plays like indigenous Amazon Electrica, that playlist, that kind of music. Those parties I really like and enjoy. Combo Chimbita, those parties.
Oh, I love Combo Chimbita.
I love and enjoy because the music is powerful. It has a big message. You're dancing with everyone. There's no rules.
It's healing. So it's ageless.
It's ageless.
That's cool.
And I like that. I think
it's for all ages.
Like my grandma said something the other day. And I was like, oh, grandma, I was telling her something about, what outfits, like what outfit you like or something about her. And she was like, I don't got outfits. I don't have events. Very sad. And I was like, I didn't say nothing else, because what am I going to say? She don't have events. She's right. I'm not going to bullshit my grandma.
But she should, though.
But she should. That's my point.
Should. All the way till we die.
We should have events. And I feel like she enjoys watching me dance. Like when I dance around her and then she tries to move. she loves to dance. My grandmother loves to dance. I think that's something that we and her share. And she misses.
You can't let her lose that.
No, she misses. So I'm like, Grandma, you got to exercise these little skinny legs. They're losing muscle now. You got to use it. And that's why she goes on walks every day when the weather is good. But yeah, so I think it's important to have spaces where we can all party with each other and be safe to a degree, right? Like, I think drinking is okay. It's not a terrible thing.
Yeah. No, I think it's about having spaces where we can all celebrate together and also spaces where we can respect each other for our stage in life. Like, respect the youth for their stage in life, but also respect the elder for their stage in life of being elders.
Yeah.
Because we need that. We need to have the elders feel like there is something to look forward to be respected about when you come to become that age.
Yeah.
Otherwise, no one's going to be excited about getting old, but it's inevitable. It's part of our life cycle.
Yeah, it's so interesting because I feel like my work now is really around the home care industry in cooperative world, right? Home care. And something that my coworkers talk a lot about is Americanism and how we don't look, you're old, you're unproductive, you're done. And
you're done.
You're just a waste. You're a card. Oh my
you're
God.
A burden.
Why don't you just die? Like
Let's
that's
just
the
put
message.
you in a home.
Yeah, like go, or I think there's
that's depressing as fuck.
It's very sad.
I understand why Prince committed suicide.
Sad. We don't treat our elderly well. We treat them like a nuisance. And so, do you want to grow old? You know, I think my grandmother, she's very loved. She's
lucky.
She's very
She
loved.
has a lot of she has her family. She has a family.
She has a family, and she still makes decisions. She still holds a lot of weight.
Ooh, that's important.
That's very important.
The ability, we have to always have that ability.
Yes. Because then what is her wisdom for? And that's what I tell my uncles and my mom and my aunt. Like, she's your consultant. Consult her. I'm not telling you to do everything she says because she's not always right. And that's one of her,
who is?
That's one of her flaws, though. She thinks she's always right. I kind of, I think all of us kind of have a little bit of that. But
yes, that's true.
it's important to consult her. What is her wisdom?
The collective
She's
voice.
seen so much.
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't in another country, business is business. Business is about relationships.
And she started the business.
She started a bunch of businesses.
started the one business. She started a bunch of businesses and the business that carries y'all on today.
That carries us on today. That bought a house in New York City. Like
Antojitos Doña Fela.
Legacy. I always remind her of her legacy, and then I remind them that they have legacy. And they need to tap in. She's here.
Yeah, I think, when we don't value those rights and those passages, that's when we get things like, Prince. That's when we get things like my father, who wants to just think short term. He's like, let's sell the house. He wanted to sell the little yellow house. Which is crazy, right? Yeah. Tell them why it's crazy, Stephanie.
It's a beautiful house. It's an investment. Right now, I'm glad to... Should we share where we're at now?
Yeah, tell them
now
everything.
It's being Airbnb.
Tell them all the juice.
But it was,
all
in the beginning, I think your dad was just trying to escape. And I feel him.
I feel him too, because now that I've been taking care of this house, I'm like, whoa, you were carrying a lot. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
And another thing that I want to say that's related to Tracy G and Alex Wolf that I want us to all think about is how we are all objectified. And specifically, we know that women are objectified for being sexual objects. We know that the elderly are objectified for just being elderly. And it's just like that we're human. And also men, I feel like they mention that men are objectified for being machines. And I think that's so true. And I see it not just with my father, but with a whole bunch of other men, my coworkers. There's a coworker that it feels like I'm competing against because he's trying to show me that he's the strongest and the fittest and he can move things way faster and lift things way heavier than me. And that I got to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm not trying to compete with you. You want to lift this? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, you're the strongest. You can lift faster. You can do all of that. I'm not gonna try to compete with you.
Yep.
Because you're not a machine. And I realize that we do that to men. We treat them like machines.
We socialize them that way, yeah.
Like your worth and your value is really, really worth on your production. And I think that's what was happening to my dad.
He was tired of it. He was protesting being a machine.
He was totally protesting.
And that's why I feel him.
And he still is. Like he actually, before he left, he quit his job. Because he's like, I'm not a machine.
I haven't congratulated him for that. Oh my God, I'm so proud of him. Oh yeah, fuck that job.
He is a little revolutionary.
He is.
Even though
he gave you that fire, that spark.
He really did. When he does things like that, where he's like, I'm going to sell a house. I'm like, wow, that's where I get it from. That's where I get my impulsivity to just want to burn bridges. But at the same time, I appreciate it. Because you just want to be free. You want to be a free bird. And so much of society's social construct has tied you down, has tied your wings down, and you can't fly anymore.
Sacrifice.
And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I didn't see it before.
Yeah.
But now you can fly. Now he's in Qatar.
Yes.
With my mama.
Living his best life. Saw the Mundial. Got to see Mexico play. Was there, took fabulous photos. The house is being Airbnb'd. This is an asset.
This is a whole strategy. It's so crazy that this has only been able to happen with the rites of passage. The rites of me accepting my new auntie responsibility or stage. And with them just wanting to rest. And being okay with that. It's okay to rest. Especially as we enter later stages in life.
Oh my God. I was just thinking about my grandmother. She said something the other day. She was like, I'm so glad you have this job and you're so happy. She was like, I was worried. It took you a while. And then she was like, I feel like I can go now. And it scares me a little because I really believe that people know when they're going to die. And they start to tell you. And I'm also ready to tell her it's okay to go. Because it is. And rest. Because I feel like I'm owning my responsibility. And she's given so much. And it's ready for her to go on to her next life.
She's tired.
Yeah.
She's lived a whole life.
And she's done so much.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like every freaking kid she's had, 6 of those. This illiterate woman who she went to 3rd grade, and that was it. Started working as a 6-7-year-old kid in a toy factory that she could never afford. Those toys worked, you know? Did so much. So I'm ready to tell her she can go. I'm just waiting, you know, and I feel like the time is coming. And I might be wrong, but she's starting to use words like that. So it just, you know, I think it's important for us to also, with our elders, give them the space to go. Give them permission. Tell them we love them and we're never going to forget them. Because that is what they need to hear.
Yeah.
And then we're going to be fine. We're going to remember the lessons. And we're going to keep fighting. We're going to keep building, you know? So that is another rite of passage, is allowing your elders to go in peace, you know? So I am ready to do that for her. And I'm also ready to help my family see that too. And I think they do. But it's never easy, you know, to let go. So we're going to do this when it's time. Whenever that is time. Whenever that is. Yeah.
But you'll feel it. And also, you're here with community.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
We got here together.
Yeah. Yeah, we did. Both of us started to become more responsible in our lives. Like, I feel like we've grown up a lot in the last few years. Both of us coming back to our homes that we've been away from for so long.
Totally.
It was important. I think it's an important rite of passage for also youth to go.
You're so right. I'm
to go.
so happy that I left home at 17, 18.
Yeah.
I couldn't wait.
Yeah,
I was like,
itching.
I gotta go. I gotta apply to these schools because I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was gone for 11 years and then I just felt it. I felt like it was time. And I'm happy that I listened to myself and I didn't allow the shame of society, of like, you know, American society. Like, oh, you're supposed to, part of growing up.
It's your house.
Is you gotta buy a house and you gotta live by yourself and you gotta live with your partner. And I don't want to do that. I love my parents so much. Yeah. I want to live with them and be in community with them until the day they die.
Me too.
Because I love them. Like, I love my mom's food. Like, what the fuck?
I love your mom.
I need to learn.
I'm ready to have our moms in the same roof and, like, you know, take turns cooking some bomb. We're gonna live we're gonna get a little fat.
That's when I get fat. Yes, but you know what? That's good. Like, I love being and you know what?
It's love.
I also love allowing them to rest. And if I didn't live with them, they wouldn't be able to rest because who would be taking care of this damn house?
Yeah,
it's a whole child.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Ooh-wee.
Oh, for real. It's a fucking child. It's a lot.
They can't rest without community. And that's a big important factor. That's why we got to be intergenerational and in community. Because without it, we can't strategize as strongly.
No.
We can't let ourselves rest.
Exactly. We can't take breaks. We burn out. So, yeah. I'm really excited. And I think we should talk more about our visions for the future. Because this is all nurturing that, you know? This is all, not nurturing that, but this has been the process. Towards realizing that we want to buy a space. We use the assets we have now, your house, you know, my family's business, keep building that. And
we're continuing these legacies. And also building for the future.
Building a new community where I can have my children, where I can have our families.
We are becoming, you know, one question that was asked in this ILI fellowship, and I don't know if I've told people about this ILI fellowship, but it's amazing. Intercultural Leadership Institute. It's the best institution, quote unquote, that I've been a part of. Yes. Better than even fucking Harvard. And I was telling Stephanie this, and she was like, "You gotta write something about this.
You gotta give a review."
And you're right.
It's part of your auntie guidance.
You're right. Yeah. Something super important and energizing that was said during the convening in North Carolina with the Intercultural Leadership Institute, ILI, was not just thinking about us as youth and like our ancestors, and even like we are our ancestors' wildest dreams, and also thinking about what kind of ancestor do I want to be? What kind of legacy do we want to build? What kind of ancestors do we want to be? And I just never thought about that because I've never considered myself. I've never thought about myself as an ancestor. I've always seen myself on the other side. Oh, I'm a youth. Like, oh, I'm not an elder yet. I'm not an adult. I don't have kids. But it's like, actually, we're getting there. And what kind of ancestor do we want to be? What kind of legacy do we want to leave? So I just thought that was super powerful and important.
It is. And I think this stuck out to me while you were saying that about having children, is that I think we think we birth children only, but going back to the way you speak, that really inspires the way I think, is we birth a lot of different things that are not humans.
I'm constantly birthing.
You're constantly birthing. And I think
I'm not birthing children. I have never birthed a child, but trust me, I've birthed a lot. I'm exhausted from all my birthing.
You have been in birth. You have been in childbirth and labor for many times.
Since I was a teenager.
Since you were a teenager. And I think a lot of us, if we were able to apply this perspective, would be able to see that.
Wow, and maybe I never connected those two.
Maybe it could be helpful for you to share like what all the things you have birthed have been.
That's a great,
Because it looks different ways.
I think my hardest birth that I'm still recovering from is MRCC.
Yeah.
The birthing of this weed organization that was hoping to create real equity for Black and Brown people in the legalization of the cannabis industry. And you know what? I'm very proud of that birth. We fought so hard and it was so beautiful. We were definitely like a bright star. What are those called? When you see a star that's
a shooting star?
We were a shooting star. But what's the thing about shooting stars? Is that they're slowly dying or rapidly dying.
Oh.
And that's what we were. But you know what? I'm proud of us because we definitely lit fires. And we made shit change.
Yes.
Really created impact.
Yeah.
It's a ripple effect. Shout out to Boosie.
Yeah, it's a ripple effect.
So that's definitely been one of my craziest births that I'm still recovering from. I still have the scars. You can't see my scars in my stomach, but I have them. I have them.
Yep.
And my other co-founders, I think, they're still also recovering from that. My baby daddy.
That's true.
My baby daddy and I don't talk anymore. And I miss him. I miss him so much. And lately I've been thinking about him a lot.
We are in our reflective stage of a reflective season.
Yeah,
I
winter.
It's part of reflecting on these things,
and I just maybe we won't place this on the episode, but I just hope that my birthing partner knows how amazing he is, and I hope that he understands that I wasn't trying to abandon him or our dream. I just couldn't hold on anymore. It was hard. It's like losing a child.
Oh my God.
It's that shooting star. So I just hope he knows that he's so amazing and so visionary. And I hope he never lets that die. I hope he receives that message from me, from the universe somehow. And I hope it gives him strength, because I think that birth and the death of that star, like, really took a lot out of us, took a lot out of him, jaded us. Mm-hmm. And I think that's part of, again, the life cycles. It's a constant rebirth.
Yeah. We
have to, that's why your grandma's ready to go.
Yeah.
She's like, I've given enough birth.
Yeah. To so many things.
I'm tired.
As humans.
Yeah.
So many things.
This business, Antojito, Doña Bella. So many other things too that I don't even know about.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, So that's my biggest, most painful birth. My child that's still alive, that I'm currently co-parenting with you.
Yes.
Is Eatme.
Yeah. That's our baby.
And it brings me so much joy.
Mm-hmm.
And Eatme is actually an elder to MRCC.
Mm-hmm.
Eatme was born before MRCC. Mm-hmm. And it's gone through a lot of different life stages. At one point, it was an edible company that I was also co-parenting with my MRCC baby daddy. Mm-hmm. And I loved, like, that baby helped us become parents for MRCC. Because my last partner, so that baby was born without him, but he helped me co-parent it. And we would go, that's how he taught me the value of no's.
Such a good lesson.
He would take me to so many, we would go to all these parks in New York City. We would sell these edibles. And he's a New Yorker. He's a Brooklyn boy. He knows how to sell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he does. He's hustling.
So he taught me the art of hustling. Because he's like, you're going to go to this park. People are going to say no to you. But every time somebody says a no, that just means you're closer to a yes. So keep going. Mm-hmm. And I practiced that, and it hurt. It was painful.
Yeah.
But it was also amazing.
Yeah.
Because not only did it give me that, like, tough skin to keep going and look for a yes, but it also made some delicious ass edibles. Some things that taste like this, actually.
Yeah, your macaroons. I mean, maybe we should make some one day.
Maybe this time around.
Yeah.
And now Eatme is at a different life stage. Mm-hmm. Now we're a collective. Now we're Nomad Kitties. Mm-hmm. Eatme is more mature. Mm-hmm. It's become more. Mm-hmm. And now you're a co-parent of this. Mm-hmm. Along with another co-parent.
Yes.
There's a community of parents here. Mm-hmm. And I love that. Mm-hmm. Like, this is beautiful. This is my dream.
Yeah. No, same. This feels the most natural to me. It feels like I'm someone that really follows my intuition. I don't have a plan. I tried to be the person when I was a teenager that has a 5-year plan. And, that's not me. I realized that when I listen to my spirit and my intuition, I get led to the right place, and I used to feel like, damn, I'm really lucky. I used to think that, when is my luck going to run out, kind of, honestly.
Never.
I was just like, why am I would question this, like, why do I seem to be in the right place at the right time in my life all the time? Even when I think I'm in a bad place, it's the right thing for me. It's what I needed for me to get to the next level. So I lost my train of thought, but I just feel like, yeah, I'm excited.
Life stages.
Co-parenting. Like, oh yeah, what I was going to was just like, I've been intuitively led here to us. And
I believe that too.
And it's painted I didn't want to have children until I had the community to want to have children. You know what I mean?
Oh, yes.
Like, it's wild and it's beautiful.
And I'm so excited for that.
Yeah.
For that, like, real human baby.
Yeah. In the works.
We're
looking for sperm donors. Send me a picture. If you're interested.
And send us a resume, please.
Please.
We want to make sure that.
And an audio. I really like voices. So if you send me a voice note,
we're taking applications.
Applications are being accepted on a rolling basis until I release another episode where we're closed. As of today, what is it? December 16th, 2022, we are accepting baby daddy applications. And you can be as involved or not involved as you'd like to be.
Just be honest.
Be honest.
Yeah,
that's what real. I ask. Yeah, keep it real.
Because if you don't want to be involved, we got this.
Yeah, totally.
We got a whole community that's already waiting for this baby.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to be involved, it's cool, bro.
Yeah, it's cool. Be honest.
Just be honest.
We'll make it work. Just let me.
Please, because we don't want to take my dad's advice. What's my dad's advice?
What did he tell me to do? I feel like
don't tell him. Don't tell him you're pregnant.
Oh my God. Yeah. No, we're not doing that.
And I can't believe that's my dad's advice because he's a dad.
I know. He's probably trying to save the day. Low key, like, no,
don't tell him.
Yeah, no, I it's gonna be transparent and be honest.
But you know what? It's so funny because it's just so funny my dad would say that because I feel like he loves being a dad.
Yeah.
I feel like that's one of his greatest joys.
He mentioned it over dinner, how he wanted another baby, and they were talking about, bringing babies around. That was a very interesting conversation, but he lights up. He lights up.
He loves being a dad.
He loves nurturing and taking care,
mm-hmm.
but he also hates it.
He hates it too.
Because I think he needs community, and I think his role needs to not be a machine all the time. Totally. I think he's very much a nurturer. Like something you told me about your dad that I started to see after you told me was he is very connected with all of the generations of the family. And the youth specifically.
He is. He really is. I don't know how he fucking does it.
He checks in with them.
With the teenagers. Like, Dad, I don't even talk to the teenagers. Come on, like, how are you doing this?
Because he's an auntie, but he's an uncle.
He's an uncle.
He's a beautiful uncle, and I think he's a nurturer. He likes to give advice.
But you know what? I have really negative associations with the word uncle.
Why? Because it's like pedo-y?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that. There's a lot of pedophilia in our communities. Like, yeah. So but we also need to uplift it into a better light. Because there are good uncles,
I don't know. Is there a different word we can use?
Unky?
Oh, no.
It sounds worse. Theo?
He's a Theo. Yeah, I like Theo. Yeah.
We also use the word Theo to say old men.
I just like Dad. He's a dad. And
Dad. I think that's better because
he's your dad too. Yeah,
I do feel like he's my dad too.
He is. He's a dad. He's not an uncle.
You're right.
Because an uncle.
You're right.
I feel like an uncle
is distant.
He won't. You're not ever going to be his child. He's not ever going to prioritize you.
Yeah.
But my dad is a dad, and not just to me. Mm-hmm. Like he's been a father to different people in our community, including my cousins, who some of them didn't grow up without dads. He loves being a dad.
Yeah, he loves being a dad. I'm glad we hashed that out. He's a father.
He's a father.
And fathers nurture and are there and mentor, So yeah, he's a dad. And he loves that, I think.
And I'm excited for him to be a part of this community and this new baby that's coming into our life. He's gonna be so happy.
I know. I can't wait. And my family loves children. I remember my aunt, who is an ENTJ, like your personality type, she's crazy, but I love her. She's my favorite aunt. She's very direct and she looks me straight in the eye. Like, I feel like she sees through my soul. And I like that. I like that because I feel like she's holding me accountable in the depths of my spirit. It's very powerful. She says she has a witch eye because she has a lunar in her eye.
Don't play with her.
I don't play with her. And I'd be like, don't be looking at me bad. You be making shit happen. And she'd be like, oh, I'm sorry. Because she does. When she looks at you bad, you fucking trip and fall. And I'm like,
oh my God,
were you looking at me, bitch?
Bro, that's what people say about me. They're like, you have scary eyes sometimes. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't try to do that.
No, she has, I think maybe it's a power thing that you both have. But yeah, she looks me straight and she asked me once, like, when are you having kids? It would be nice to have a kid in the house. Never ask me again. But her questions are so impactful in me that
she only has to say it once.
Only once. She only has to say shit once. Yeah. Yeah.
I just got shivers.
Yeah. So I remember that. I think that was the one of the catalysts for me thinking again about children. She did it in a very specific time. And I can't remember when it was. But it was like a little, beep. She turned something on. Beep. And never talked about it again. Never put pressure. And I love that because I'm thinking now. Okay. Beautiful.
Yeah, we gotta wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up.
So I think we should wrap this up by getting people excited about this trip to part of what you mentioned. You mentioned this is a culmination of our dreams,
Yeah.
right? And our manifestations.
Mm-hmm.
And I think part of this dreaming exercise that we've been doing individually and together and as a collective are these trips. And the next trip is to Hawaii.
Yes.
And I'm so excited for this trip because I can't wait to connect with local culture, with people that are doing the work to create community, to create love, to take care of the earth. And you've already done so much research.
Mm-hmm.
And so the reason we chose Hawaii is because the ILI Fellowship, again, ILI, whoop, 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 whoop.
Shout out to y'all.
Yes, we are convening for the last time during this cohort in Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of native Hawaiians in the fellowship.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're opening up their space to give us a home. And during this time, you'll also be coming to create this wonderful adventure where the goal is to interview and connect with as many organizations that are doing wonderful, amazing land work, food work, elder care work.
Yes.
And shine a light.
Shine a light. And also, we want to inspire travelers to be more responsible and intentional with their traveling. So this is going to be another addition to a guide, and
the Mexico guide is coming.
It's coming. It's in the works.
That's
baby.
part of what is our intention with Stephanie being here physically. We're really going to be working on this guide for
We're
y'all.
hashing things out. Yeah, we're working. Like our New Year's is in Hawaii. It's not here. We've been talking about shifting timelines according to what our real priorities are and not what these, made up holidays are.
Totally.
We want to create connections for you to be able to connect with them in the future.
Yes.
We're going to shine a light on these powerful, beautiful organizations and visit them.
Yes.
Connect with them. We can learn so much from them. They're all ancestors of ours.
Mm-hmm.
We're all human beings.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
This is part of our life work, of our legacy. This is part of Eatme's role as now an elder child in this life stage.
Mm-hmm.
Still a child, but now an elder child.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we're so excited to share this with y'all.
Yeah.
We love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
No es algo que puedes mercantilizar. Promete, mi niña, te vas a tumbar. La historia de migración afecta a todo el mundo. Es profundo, punto, pie por pie, cara por cara. If you want to become part of this community, if you're looking to travel and make that trip that you've been wanting to make, become a Nomad Kitty. We have a wonderful community of fellow travelers, and we share travel tips. We share jobs, because that's important to make these trips happen. Here to support you, here to support each other. So all you gotta do is go to www.Eatme.Land. Happy New Year. Entre comillas.